Hello, women of the channel. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I am excited for us to get to know Jenn Jakubowicz, head of global channel marketing with Logitech. Hi, JJ. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here today, Jackie.
Yes, I'm really excited to personally get to know you, and I'm sure our community members are as well. So let's start off with the icebreaker question. Where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
So I born and raised in the Pennsylvania area, only left Pennsylvania once, got pregnant with twins and quickly came back because you need a village to raise
Yes.
twin daughters. But no, I grew up in Lower Bucks County and recently a couple of years moved to, I'm in between Lancaster and Reading area. So now I'm in Berks County.
Awesome. Well, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so we'll have to talk about that more later.
Absolutely.
What is a little known fact or perhaps a fun fact that you'd like to share?
I am a gamer, so not a very good one. I have to put that out there. But it's been a way for me to really connect with my daughters. They are
Oh,
16 years old now, but when they were growing up, that was something they loved to do. And I remember I used to do it when I was younger. So we have family Fortnite Fridays, which they would kill me if they knew I was saying this out loud. They'd be like, "You're
we won't
embarrassing me."
tell.
But no, it's just a great way to interact with them. And my husband does the same thing. So it's the 4 of us, and we like to game every Friday night and sometimes over the weekend.
I love that. That is an awesome fun fact to share.
Unless you have to watch me play, and it's hard to watch.
Well, I couldn't be a judge of that because I've never even played. So, I'd probably think you were the best player in the world. So
Well, thank you.
we'll leave. Yes, of course. All right. Well, we're gonna go in tough right from the start. So, how have you ever questioned your abilities or qualifications? And if you have, how did you handle that challenge?
I think it's the imposter syndrome. I think we
Yeah.
all have, like, at least at some point of our career, we've experienced that. And it's really hard to overcome because you have to remember your own self worth. So it's that positive thinking that you're constantly bringing to yourself. Because when you get those negative thoughts in there and you start questioning yourself, it continues on. So for me, it's really focusing on reshaping my mindset. And also, if for any reason I feel level of insecurity, it's working with my management team and also my team, asking them, like, where are areas that I can improve? How can I be a better manager to you? How can I be a better employee to my own manager? So for me, it's just reshifting the conversation that I'm having with myself in my mind and realizing that probably everybody else is doubting themselves. And some of the best advice I've ever had in my career is really, even if you can't do the job and it's something that you know that you would love to learn and excel at, go for it. You can learn on the way. So just always keeping those two things in the back of my mind.
That is such great advice. I love that you even brought up the conversations we have with ourselves because they're usually the our toughest critic. So just noting that is incredible. So what is something you've learned that perhaps you wish you knew earlier in your career?
How to say no.
Ooh, have you
So,
learned
so
it?
I'm still learning,
Yeah.
but I've gotten much more comfortable. And I can't say all women, but I can at least speak for myself. I'm definitely a people pleaser, and I do it in all areas of my life. And it's not that I don't like conflict, but I like pleasing others and making sure that they're happy with the results that are given. And that unfortunately can lead to us getting into situations where we're taking on more than we can actually chew.
Mhm.
So learning how to say no and really set my boundaries wasn't something I learned right away. I would probably say I'm still learning it, but I got much better at it over the last 5 years. And I'm not going to give my age because I love the Zoom filters, but I think there is something to be said with the power of no. And I even focus on that with my daughters. And even though it might not be applied directly to work, but for them and how they're gauging and with others and when they don't feel comfortable, that no in itself, it's a statement and it's a sentence and it's okay and to get comfortable with that word and not to be a yes person, because I think people do respect when you say no and when you speak up for the boundaries that you need and the time frames that you need to get things done.
Yeah, that one resonates with me a lot. I would say I'm a late bloomer with that, probably for a lot of the similar reasons. But it's just funny that we're talking about this because I recently just did it last night and just said, "Hey, I'm really trying to set boundaries. After 5, can we do this meeting at 4:30 instead?" And I knew it was somebody I could just totally say like the truth with. And she was like, "I love a good boundary." Absolutely. And so, you're still getting, to accommodate and, do a bit of that pleasing, but maybe not, whatever we're going to pay for on the other side. I love that you're doing this with your daughters too, because it
And I
applies in all areas of our lives.
And I was just going to add, one of the things that I try to say is no, but especially when it comes to work. Like, no, I might not be able to do this right now, but there's an opportunity when we can do it at this time frame. So I always like adding that but in there because then it softens the no with an alternative
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You are giving an alternative to that instead of just a flat no, which, yeah, may not be well received. Just to end it there, but yeah, that's amazing. I love that. Who are some individuals who inspired you in your journey?
The list is very, very long.
Yeah.
But I would like to start with my husband and my daughters. I mean, they've been my biggest cheerleaders, and I couldn't achieve what the success that I feel that I've accomplished in my career without their love and support. So,
Mm,
and I know when I had my daughters personally, they were more of an inspiration for me to drive even harder to be the best at work, just so that they can see that as an overall role model. But speaking of role models, I have quite a few. And I'm sure I'm going to miss some people, so I apologize in advance. But Ed Butler, it was my first time at a managed service provider. So I had been in the channel, but more from a distribution perspective. And he really taught me everything about the channel. And I was thrown into different aspects of the business overall that I didn't feel I was quite ready for, but it was a fantastic learning experience that really helped me understand as I moved to the vendor side. What are partners actually looking for? So, from a marketing perspective, how can we better support them? From a sales perspective, how can we better enable them? So, Ed, I don't know if you'll actually see this, but if you do, thank you so much for everything that you've done. But I do have really three others that have really inspired me. The next one would be Sarah Gray. She was my manager at Jabra. She was in a role that I'm in now and something that I aspired to be. And she provided such great feedback. And she really took me under her wing and really helped me to understand channel marketing.
mm,
She was the one who elevated me more into a global role, which was fantastic because it gave me more exposure than what I was used to, just really focused on North America. And then Aspen Molden with Logitech. So my first round at Logitech, so I am a boomerang. Aspen Molden really helped me to test my boundaries. There were things that I've always had in my head. I'm like, oh, this would be really cool to try. What do you think? And it was like, no, we can't do that. Or I'm not sure it will work. She gave me the runway to try so many different things. And
mm.
I was able to experience and experiment and pivot when I failed very quickly to course correct. But she really helped me build that confidence in myself as well. So I'm very, very grateful to so many people over my career, as well as my team. And I
Yeah.
think that would be the last. I've had amazing team members that I've been able to learn from and really understand can I be a better leader and how can I better motivate them. Yeah, so those would be the ones I would focus on as the top.
I love that. It sounds like you're surrounded by a lot of people who are invested in you as a person and business person. I love that. That's amazing. Well, JJ, the time always flies by. And if you can believe it or not, 10 minutes have gone by. So we're going to pause for now and continue to celebrate you as our Woman of the Week. So thank you for allowing us to do that.
And thank you again, Jackie, for having me. And thank you to all the women out there that are watching. It's very nice to meet you and would love
Yes.
to connect.
Love that. All right. Speaking of, she just asked you, so please do comment, give JJ your high fives, share your insights, and please do connect with her. So until next time, have an amazing week.
You too. Thank you, Jackie.